Stop chasing it. The harder you chase it, the faster it slips away, and the moment you let go, it starts moving toward you. If you've been working harder, wanting it more, praying for it every night, but life still feels stuck, distant, just out of reach, this is for you. Here's the strange truth nobody tells you. You've been taught to chase harder, want more, never stop. But Buddhism teaches the opposite, that grasping is what pushes things away. The less you grip, the more room you create for what's meant for you to arrive, calmly, naturally, on time. Zen monks knew this centuries ago. Tibetan masters built their lives around it, and long before manifestation became a trend, the calmest, most successful people already lived by this quiet rule. Today, I'll show you how to let go, so what's yours can finally find you. Number 1. Ambitions, hidden chains. What if the thing you call motivation is secretly the source of your exhaustion? Sit with that question for a moment. Many people spend years believing they are chasing success, wealth, recognition, or achievement. Yet beneath the surface, something quieter is happening. They are not running toward a dream, they are running away from the fear of not being enough. And the more they run, the more restless they become. A wise teacher once said, "The moment you need it, it begins to control you." This is the hidden chain few people ever notice. The Buddha did not warn us against having goals, he warned us about becoming attached to them. There is a profound difference. A goal can guide your steps. Attachment can imprison your mind. Look carefully at your own life. Has there ever been a moment when your mood depended entirely on an outcome? A promotion, a relationship, a certain amount of money, a dream that promised to finally make you feel complete? When your peace depends on obtaining something, you stop pursuing it with freedom. You begin serving it. Your thoughts revolve around it. Your emotions answer to it. Your worth becomes measured by it. A bird trapped inside a golden cage may mistake captivity for safety. Yet a cage remains a cage, no matter how beautiful it appears. Most exhaustion does not come from hard work. It comes from carrying the silent belief that your value is waiting somewhere in the future. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine holding a handful of sand. Tighten your fist around it. Feel the grains slipping through your fingers. The harder you hold, the more you lose. Now, slowly open your palm. Notice what remains. Life often responds in the same way. What runs from your desperation often walks toward your peace. And here is the question that few people are willing to ask themselves. What goal currently has power over your emotional state? If it never arrived, who would you be? And perhaps the most important question of all, are you truly pursuing it, or have you quietly become its servant? The answer may change the way you chase success forever. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're not sure what to say, just type, "My peace attracts more." 2. The scent of desperation. Why do people feel your need long before they hear your words? It is a strange truth of human life. Long before a single sentence leaves your mouth, people can often feel the emotional state you carry within. They may not understand it consciously, but they sense it. Just as a forest feels the coming storm before the rain arrives, people feel desperation before they hear the explanation. This is why some conversations leave us exhausted. This is why some relationships feel heavy before they even begin. The Buddha taught that suffering reveals itself through attachment, and attachment has a scent. It quietly enters your voice, your decisions, your expectations, and even the way you wait. When you need someone to approve of you, your energy changes. When you need success to prove your worth, your presence changes. When you need recognition to feel valuable, your peace disappears. Neediness speaks before the mouth opens. Many people believe they are seeking love, opportunity, or connection. Yet what they are often seeking is confirmation that they matter. The tragedy is that the harder they chase validation, the more invisible they become. People are rarely drawn toward your hunger. they are drawn toward your wholeness. Think about the calm individuals you admire. Their power does not come from demanding attention. It comes from the quiet certainty that they do not need to force anything. They arrive complete. A starving flame consumes all the oxygen around it and eventually suffocates itself. In the same way, a desperate mind exhausts every opportunity it tries to hold on to. Pause for a moment. Imagine walking into a room with nothing to prove, no performance, no hidden request for approval, no silent need to be chosen. Notice your shoulders relaxing. Notice your breathing slowing. Notice how silence suddenly feels peaceful instead of threatening. This is the beginning of freedom. The universe often responds differently when your actions come from fullness rather than fear. So ask yourself honestly, where are you seeking approval disguised as connection? What would change if nobody needed to validate you? And how much of your effort is truly driven by purpose? And how much is fueled by fear? The answer will reveal why some doors remain closed and why calmness often opens them without force. The river never rushes. How does a river reach the ocean without anxiety? For a moment, let that question settle into your heart. A river travels thousands of miles. It meets rocks, fallen trees, narrow passages, and mountains standing directly in its way. Yet it never panics. It never doubts whether the ocean exists. It never wakes up wondering if it is falling behind. It simply continues. This is a lesson many people spend their entire lives trying to learn. The mind often believes that success requires constant pressure. We convince ourselves that if we are not worrying, forcing, controlling, and struggling, then we must not be doing enough. But this belief quietly drains our energy and blinds us to a deeper truth. Humans often confuse force with progress, yet most breakthroughs arrive when effort becomes aligned rather than frantic. The Buddha taught that suffering grows when the mind fights reality. We suffer not only because obstacles appear, but because we demand that life move according to our timetable. We push against closed doors. We exhaust ourselves trying to overpower situations that are asking for wisdom, not force. A river never argues with a mountain. It simply finds a path around it. Think about the challenges you carry right now. Perhaps it is a career that refuses to move forward, a relationship that feels uncertain, a dream that seems delayed despite your best efforts. Notice how much energy is spent resisting what already exists. Flow is not surrendering your purpose. Flow is remaining faithful to your direction without creating war inside yourself. What belongs to the ocean never fears the journey. The calm person is not calm because life is easy. They are calm because they trust the process more than their fear. They understand that not every delay is a denial. Some delays are simply redirections toward a better path. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine water moving gently around stones. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is stuck. Every obstacle becomes part of the journey itself. Notice how peaceful that feels. Now ask yourself honestly, where are you forcing instead of flowing? What obstacle are you trying to overpower? And if you stopped fighting for a moment, could there already be another path quietly waiting for you? The answer may be closer than your struggle allows you to see. 4. The panic mind shrinks reality. Why do intelligent people make foolish decisions under pressure? The answer is rarely a lack of wisdom. More often, it is the presence of fear. When the mind becomes consumed by urgency, something subtle happens. Awareness begins to shrink. The world that once held many possibilities suddenly feels narrow and threatening. Choices become limited. Perspective disappears. Not because solutions are absent, but because panic has taken control of the lens through which reality is being viewed. This is why people abandon meaningful relationships in moments of fear. This is why they leave their path too early, say words they later regret, or chase opportunities that do not truly belong to them. Urgency creates the illusion that something must be solved immediately. Wisdom understands that not everything requires an instant answer. The Buddha often pointed toward the importance of observing the mind before obeying it. A fearful mind can be loud. It can sound convincing. Yet loudness is not the same as truth. A storm cannot reflect the moon. When the waters of a lake are violent, even the clearest sky becomes invisible. The moon has not disappeared. It is simply hidden beneath the disturbance. Your clarity works the same way. Think about a difficult moment in your own life. Perhaps there was a decision that felt overwhelming, a deadline, a conflict, a season when everything seemed uncertain. Notice that the greatest suffering may not have come from the situation itself. It may have come from the panic surrounding it. Muddy water clears only when left undisturbed. Many people try to solve confusion by thinking harder, but clarity often arrives when the struggle stops. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture a lake after heavy rain. The surface is restless. The water is cloudy. Then, slowly, the wind settles. The movement fades. The water becomes still enough to reflect the entire sky. That is the power of calm awareness. Stillness reveals options that pressure cannot see. So ask yourself honestly, what major decision are you currently viewing through fear? What becomes visible when urgency leaves? And in this moment, are you reacting to life or responding to it? The answer may reveal a path that panic has kept hidden from you all along. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're not sure what to say, just type, "My peace attracts more." 5. Stop begging life. What changes when you stop asking life to make you valuable? For many people, this question touches a wound they have carried for years without realizing it. They tell themselves, "Once I achieve this goal, then I will feel worthy. Once I earn more money, then I can relax. Once I am admired, chosen, or successful, then I will finally be enough." And so life becomes a negotiation, a silent contract with the future. Happiness is postponed. Peace is delayed. Self-worth is placed on hold until some distant achievement arrives. The tragedy is that even when the goal is reached, the feeling rarely lasts. The mind quickly creates another condition, another mountain, another requirement for feeling complete. This is why so many successful people remain exhausted. They achieved what they thought would save them, yet they still carry the same inner hunger. The Buddha taught that suffering grows whenever we seek outside ourselves what must first be discovered within. You were never waiting for success. You were waiting for yourself. Read that again in the quiet of your heart. Perhaps the success you seek is not the true destination. Perhaps it is only a symbol for acceptance, a symbol for worthiness, a symbol for feeling whole. But wholeness cannot be delivered by a future event. A tree never asks the forest whether it deserves to grow. It does not seek permission from the seasons. It does not compare its roots to another tree. It simply grows because growth is its nature. Imagine yourself standing beneath a strong, ancient tree. Feel the roots reaching deep into the earth. Notice its quiet confidence. There is no apology in its existence. There is no need to prove its value. It stands fully where it is. This is the confidence that emerges when you stop begging life for approval. Not arrogance, not pride, a calm certainty that your existence does not require validation. So, ask yourself honestly, what future achievement have you attached your worth to? What would happen if you released that condition today, and beneath every accomplishment, every title, every victory, who are you really? The answer to that question is worth more than any success you are chasing. 6. The identity shift. Why does life seem to change when nothing external has changed? This question marks a turning point on the path of inner transformation. Many people spend years chasing outcomes. They chase respect, hoping others will finally see their value. They chase love, hoping someone will fill an emptiness inside them. They chase peace, believing it exists somewhere beyond the next achievement. Yet one day, if they are fortunate enough to become still, they discover something surprising. The thing they were chasing was never outside them. The deepest transformation begins when you stop pursuing outcomes and start embodying qualities. This is where true power quietly enters a person's life. You stop pursuing respect and begin living with integrity. You stop demanding peace and begin practicing calmness. You stop seeking approval and begin accepting yourself. And something mysterious happens. The outer world often starts responding differently, even though the circumstances may appear unchanged. Why? Because people can feel the difference between someone who is asking for value and someone who already recognizes it within themselves. Life responds differently when you are no longer operating from lack. Become the source, not the seeker. This teaching is easy to hear, but difficult to live. The mind has been trained for years to search outside itself. It constantly asks, "Who will give me what I need?" Wisdom asks a different question. What can I become? The sun does not chase flowers. It does not beg for attention. It does not travel from field to field, demanding admiration. It simply shines. And because it shines, flowers naturally turn toward it. The same principle exists within human life. The qualities you desperately seek from others often become available when you learn to cultivate them within yourself first. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a dark room. Now imagine becoming a warm light within that room. Notice the difference. You are no longer searching for illumination. You are creating it. This is the identity shift that changes everything. So ask yourself honestly, what quality are you trying to receive from others? Can you begin cultivating it within yourself today? And what would change in your life if you stopped searching for the source and became the source? The answer may be the doorway to the freedom you have been seeking all along. 7. The exhaustion nobody sees. Why do some successful people remain deeply unhappy? This question has puzzled humanity for generations. From a distance, success appears to be the answer. We imagine that reaching the goal will finally silence our worries. We believe the promotion, the recognition, the wealth, or the achievement will bring lasting peace. Yet life repeatedly reveals a different story. Many people climb the mountain they have dreamed about for years, only to discover that the view has changed, but the mind has not. Achievement can solve practical problems. It can create comfort, opportunity, and freedom. But it cannot heal an inner wound that has never been understood. The Buddha taught that suffering follows the untrained mind wherever it goes. This is why external victories often fail to create internal peace. Wherever you go, your mind arrives first. A person may change cities, careers, relationships, or financial circumstances, yet still encounter the same fears, insecurities, and restlessness waiting for them, not because life is against them, because the source of the struggle was never outside. A cracked cup cannot hold more water simply because it is filled faster. In the same way, a heart carrying unresolved emptiness cannot be made whole through achievement alone. Pause for a moment. Imagine arriving at a destination you have worked toward for many years. The celebration comes. The recognition arrives. The goal is finally yours. Now, notice what remains when the excitement fades. Notice the thoughts that still return. Notice the fears that still whisper. Notice the questions that success could not answer. This is not a reason to abandon your ambitions. It is a reason to stop asking them to save you. The deepest freedom comes when achievement becomes an expression of who you are, not a desperate attempt to repair what hurts inside. So ask yourself honestly, what pain are you expecting success to heal? Has any achievement ever fully satisfied you for long? And what feeling continues returning even after your accomplishments? The answer may reveal the exhaustion nobody sees. the burden of expecting the outer world to fix what only inner understanding can transform. 8. The sacred art of release. What if letting go is not losing, but becoming available? Most people hear the words "let go" and instantly feel resistance. The mind assumes that release means giving up. It imagines emptiness, failure, or defeat. Yet wisdom points towards something much deeper. Attachment says, "I must have this." Wisdom says, "I welcome this, but I remain whole without it." The difference may seem small, but it changes the entire quality of a human life. When attachment takes hold, fear follows closely behind. Fear of losing, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty, fear that without a certain outcome, a certain person, or a certain future, life will somehow feel incomplete. This fear quietly steals peace long before anything is actually lost. The Buddha taught that suffering grows whenever we cling to what cannot be controlled. The more tightly we grip life, the more anxious we become. Not because life is cruel, but because reality was never meant to be possessed. Freedom begins where dependence ends. Think about the areas of your life where tension feels the strongest. Often, hidden beneath that tension is a demand that life unfold in a certain way, a demand that a person stay, a demand that success arrive on a certain schedule, and every demand creates suffering. An open hand can receive what a clenched fist cannot. This is one of the great paradoxes of life. People often receive what they desire only after they stop desperately needing it, not because the world suddenly changes, because they change. Close your eyes for a moment. Slowly open your hand. Feel the physical sensation of release. Notice the space that appears. Notice how openness feels different from grasping. That space is not weakness. It is freedom. It is trust. It is the quiet strength of someone who no longer believes their worth depends on controlling the future. So ask yourself honestly, what are you afraid to release? What is that fear trying to protect? And who might you become if you no longer carried it? The answer may reveal that what you have called letting go was never a loss at all. It was the beginning of becoming available for a deeper, freer way of living. We would love to hear your thoughts. If you are not sure what to say, just type, "My peace attracts more." 9. The day life responds differently. What is the hidden moment when opportunities begin appearing? Most people expect it to be dramatic. They imagine a breakthrough, a perfect plan, a powerful connection, or a sudden change in circumstances. They wait for life to finally open the door they have been knocking on for years. But the deepest turning points rarely arrive with noise. They arrive quietly, almost invisibly. Not when you become perfect, not when you become powerful, but when your actions stop being fueled by emotional hunger. This is the lesson many people overlook. For years, they chase success from a place of lack. They work, speak, build, and strive while carrying a silent message inside themselves. I need this to be okay. That message creates tension. That tension creates resistance. And resistance quietly shapes the way they experience the world. The Buddha taught that suffering is not created by life alone. It is created by the relationship we have with life. The world often opens when inner resistance closes. Think about moments when you felt most aligned, most peaceful, most present. Notice something important. In those moments, you were not desperately trying to force reality. You were participating in it. You were acting without inner warfare. Peace changes the way reality meets you. This does not mean life suddenly becomes easy. It means you stop making every challenge heavier than it needs to be. A locked door is often opened from the inside. Many people spend years pushing against obstacles without realizing that the greatest barrier is not in front of them. It is within them. Fear, attachment, the need to control, the belief that they are incomplete. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself standing before a closed gate. You have been waiting for someone to open it. You have been blaming the lock. You have been questioning your path. Then, suddenly, you place your hand into your pocket. The key was there all along. That key is awareness. That key is peace. That key is the willingness to stop fighting yourself. So, ask yourself honestly, what resistance are you carrying today? What if the obstacle is not completely external? And if peace were guiding your next decision instead of fear, what would you do differently? The answer may be the very moment life begins responding to you in a new way. 10. The Great Paradox. Why do things often arrive after we stop needing them? At first, this sounds like one of life's strange mysteries. You chase an opportunity for years and nothing happens. You search desperately for peace and find only frustration. You force relationships, outcomes, and achievements, yet they seem to move farther away. Then one day, something changes. Not outside, inside. You stop clinging. You stop demanding. You stop believing that one particular outcome is responsible for your happiness. And suddenly, life begins to feel different. The reason is simpler than most people realize. Attachment creates distortion. When the mind becomes obsessed with getting something, it loses clarity. Every decision becomes influenced by fear. Every setback feels personal. Every delay feels threatening. You are no longer seeing reality as it is. You are seeing reality through the lens of emotional hunger. The Buddha taught that freedom begins when attachment loosens its grip. Not because desires are wrong, because dependence blinds wisdom. What you release loses the power to rule you. This is the great paradox. The moment you no longer require something to complete you, your vision becomes clear enough to pursue it wisely. You stop acting from desperation. You begin acting from understanding. And understanding almost always makes better decisions than fear. The moon appears clearly only after the clouds stop chasing the wind. In the same way, truth becomes visible when the restless mind settles. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack. You have worn it for so long that you forgot it was there. Inside are expectations, old fears, unresolved disappointments, the need to prove yourself. Now slowly set it down. Feel the weight leave your shoulders. Notice the lightness. Notice the space. Notice how much energy becomes available when you stop carrying what was never meant to define you. This is psychological freedom, not the absence of goals. Not the absence of ambition, the absence of bondage. So ask yourself honestly, what are you carrying unnecessarily? What would freedom feel like today, and what no longer deserves your attachment? Because the day you release what cannot complete you is often the day you finally discover what was waiting for you all along. The secret most people discover too late. What if the entire chase began with a misunderstanding? For a moment, allow that question to settle into the quiet spaces of your mind. Perhaps the greatest secret hidden within all spiritual wisdom is this: success has value, achievement has value, growth has value. The misunderstanding is believing they contain the peace you have been searching for. For years, many people live as though fulfillment exists somewhere beyond the horizon. They wake each morning believing happiness is waiting behind the next accomplishment, the next relationship, the next breakthrough, or the next version of themselves. And so the chase continues. But look carefully. Every chase begins with the same assumption. Something is missing. The Buddha pointed toward a truth that most people spend a lifetime overlooking. The suffering was not created by the absence of success. It was created by the belief that you were incomplete without it. You were searching for yourself in places where you could never be found. The treasure was not ahead of you. It was beneath your feet. A man spends years searching for water across distant lands while standing beside a hidden spring. This is the human condition. We search outward for what has quietly existed within us all along. Not because we are foolish, because we have been taught to look everywhere except the present moment. Pause now. Place your attention on your breath. Feel the air entering. Feel the air leaving. Notice something extraordinary. This moment requires nothing to exist. The breath is here. Life is here. Awareness is here. And for this brief moment, nothing is missing. This does not mean you stop pursuing meaningful goals. It means you stop postponing your peace until they arrive. You can build. You can dream. You can strive. But you no longer need success to prove your worth. That is freedom. That is the end of the chase. So, before you continue your journey, ask yourself honestly, what have you been postponing happiness for? What if peace is available now, not someday? And what would your life look like if you stopped living as though something was missing? Because the day you stop chasing what you believe will complete you is the day you discover that what you were seeking has been quietly walking beside you the entire time. Quick summary. Ambitions, hidden chains. Most people are not exhausted from hard work. They are exhausted from emotional attachment to results. When success becomes your source of worth, every delay feels like suffering. Goals are healthy, but dependency on goals creates inner slavery. True freedom begins when achievement no longer defines who you are. The scent of desperation. People sense your inner state long before they hear your words. Desperation quietly pushes away opportunities, relationships, and respect. The need for validation weakens your natural presence. The less you need approval, the more authentic and attractive you become. 3. The river never rushes. Life unfolds best when effort is aligned rather than forced. Constant struggle often comes from resisting reality instead of working with it. Patience is not laziness. It is trust combined with action. The calm path often reaches the destination faster than the frantic one. The panic mind shrinks reality. Fear narrows perception and limits wise decision-making. Many mistakes are created by emotional urgency rather than lack of ability. A restless mind sees obstacles everywhere. A calm mind discovers possibilities hidden behind every challenge. Stop begging life. Your worth does not begin after success arrives. The belief that something external will complete you creates endless dissatisfaction. Confidence grows when you stop seeking permission to feel valuable. Life changes when self-worth is no longer postponed into the future. The identity shift. The greatest transformation happens when you become what you seek. Instead of chasing peace, become peaceful. Instead of seeking respect, become respectable. Inner qualities attract what force can never obtain. The exhaustion nobody sees. Achievement cannot heal wounds created by inner emptiness. Many people reach their goals but still feel incomplete. External success solves practical problems, not spiritual ones. Peace must be cultivated within before it can be experienced outside. The sacred art of release. Attachment says, I need this to be happy. Wisdom says, I welcome this, but I remain whole without it. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means releasing dependence. Freedom begins the moment fear loses its grip. The day life responds differently. Life begins to change when actions are no longer driven by emotional hunger. Opportunities appear more clearly when the mind becomes peaceful. Inner resistance often creates outer struggle. When peace leads your actions, reality feels different. The great paradox. What you desperately chase often arrives after you stop needing it. Attachment clouds judgment and creates unnecessary suffering. Detachment creates clarity, confidence, and wise action. Freedom is not getting everything you want. It is no longer being ruled by wanting. Nothing was missing. The deepest misunderstanding is believing fulfillment exists somewhere else. Most pursuits are attempts to fill an inner void. peace is not found at the end of the journey. The completeness you seek has always existed within you. The day you stop chasing what you think will save you is the day you discover what was quietly waiting for you. Not success, not approval, yourself. Zen philosophy teaches that the river never worries about reaching the ocean because it is already moving in the right direction. In the same way, what is truly meant for your growth does not require desperation, only awareness, patience, and aligned action. Remember this powerful truth: the quieter the mind becomes, the more clearly life reveals its path. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, what am I still chasing that I believe will complete me, and what would change if I realized I am already enough? If this message resonated with you, do not forget to like and share this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Buddhist insights on living a peaceful, meaningful, and awakened life.